Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the player ratings for Everton 2, Crystal Palace 0. What a sweet victory. What a sweet victory. Not just scoring one goal with a couple of minutes to go, but scoring 2 goals. The Gladys Street was absolutely berserk when Shanks Olsen put that second goal in. Go and check out my instant match reaction from the Gladys Street. You'll see a little bit of what I'm talking about. Let's get into the player ratings. Jordan Pickford, I've given him a 9, but he's not my man of the match. I know that doesn't make any sense, but he's a goalkeeper to an isolated position, but I've got to give him a 9. That save changed everything in the game. I think it just, if it had gone in, I think the mood in the ground would have been completely different. I think they would have continued to frustrate us, and it would have suited the way they were playing. But the fact that he saved it, I think it took all the wind out of their sails, if I'm honest. And I think from then on, we grew. Even though we'd been playing quite well in the second half. Made a really good save from a free kick in the first half as well. And overall played quite well. His distribution was good as well. Played a couple of really interesting balls down the middle to Richarlison, which helped him get away a couple of times. So I've given him a 9, but he's not my man of the match. I know it doesn't make sense, but that's just the way it is. Seamus Coleman returning. Everton being very, very sneaky and not saying about his availability before the international weekend. Therefore, he didn't play for Ireland, which was fantastic. But I've given him a 6.5. I thought he did quite well, but obviously give away the penalty. I think he probably just caught Sahar, or at least threw a leg in on Sahar. And Sahar, who just seems to be like a little bit of a diving so-and-so, gratefully accepted it. So I think he should have been a little bit more experienced. His crosses into the box, I think he offered more going forward, but his crosses in the box weren't great. Needs to get back to putting them into people rather than just throwing them into space. So he gets a 6.5. Lucas Dean, or Lucas Digne, the debate continues. Again, he gets a 6.5 for me. Today, I actually thought he defended better than most games he has, but going forward, he just wasn't as much of a threat, because I just think that the way they played today, they wanted to snuff out our width, and he just couldn't get around their fullback. Big, strong, physical player. So the most really he was offering was winning corners. But I thought he played well. He's a consistent performer, isn't he? So I thought he did quite well, but I just think he was just a little bit under it today because of his offence. Kurt Zuma, I've given a 7. I thought very steady all day. Him and Michael Keane were very steady, and in the moments when we really needed them, come to the forefront. So yeah, 7 again. I think one of the biggest compliments I can say to him is that their centre forwards try to stay as far away from him as possible. Michael Keane, I've given a 7 as well. I think a lot of people are raving about his performance today. I thought he was okay, but I didn't think he was anything more. I thought his heading off corners is offensively is abysmal. I think from the deliveries he's had so far, I think someone like Derek Mountfield would have been double figures by now. But hey ho, I thought he was quite steady. First half, I thought they tried to play on him. They tried to get on him pace-wise on the back of him, and I thought he didn't win that many headers first half either. But I thought he stuck to his task and eventually sort of won out the battle, which is what you want to do. And him and Zuma got clean sheets, so what more can you ask? Garner, I've given 8. Now, he is my man of the match. I thought Garner was immense today. He took the booking early on, which, is what we've been asking for in the last few weeks. If someone's breaking, just take them down. Obviously, by grabbing the shirt, he took the booking. Maybe if he just kicked them up in the air, it wouldn't have been a booking, but, who knows? But he took the booking, and I thought from then on, his display was just defensively absolutely brilliant. He lets himself down when he's in possession. He tries things that are just not in his locker, but defensively he allows you to be a lot more attacking because he can do that job on his own, and that's what we've been sorely missing. So for me, he's man of the match. He gets an 8. Gomez, I've given a 7. I thought obviously first half trying to deal with the pace was I thought was difficult for him. Didn't think he did too much wrong. I just thought he looked like he was blown a little bit. Kept it really simple. Second half, I thought he came into the game really, really a lot more. Started using the ball a lot better. A lot more clever passes, spreading the play a lot more. trying to run with the ball as well. And it was second half was an exciting little cameo of hopefully when he's up to speed to things that we'll see a lot more of. He's definitely what we've been missing in the middle of the park if it all comes together. So we get to 7. Gylfi Sigurdsson, I'll give a 6. I thought he was a lot more. I just don't think it was his game today. I thought most of his deliveries were quite good. He had a couple of decent half chances from outside the box, but it wasn't really his game today. They snuffed out the area that he wants to play in, and it was just one of those days for him. Just couldn't get anything going. But he, he still works hard, still tries things, still part of the team. I'll give him a 6. Bernard, I've given a 6 as well. Again, they snuffed him out. They put a big fella on him. He didn't get many chances to use the ball, but when he did, he was always in two minds. There was a couple of chances in the first half to shoot, he never took them, and there was a couple of chances in the second half where he just didn't know what to do with the ball. He didn't do anything with the ball, either shoot or square it. So he's got to get better at his final decision. But in the whole, I thought, compared to obviously his game the game against Leicester, I thought he was a lot poorer. But they'd done the homework on him. They really had, and went two against 1 on him. So he gets a 6. So Charlison, I've give a 6.5. Again, on the fringes of the game, we're never really getting into it. Second half got a bit more into it, and I think he started giving Sahara a little bit more of a taste of his own medicine, dropping back, trying to win the ball, and then taking fouls. I love his passion. He really does get in people's faces as well. Something we don't see enough of. So I'll give him a 6.5. Walcott, I'll give a 5. Not in the game enough for me. And when he had the chance to score, hit the keeper's legs. Is always a danger though. Defenders don't like playing against him, but just wasn't in the game enough for me today. So he gets a 5. He needs to be a lot more. But the good news is there's players on the bench who can take that spot if he's not doing it. And that's what we want. Yeah, so that's the first thing. The subs, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, I've given a 7. I thought when he came on, obviously he wasn't that much time, but he got a goal. What else do you want? He got a goal and he's positive, and he did that. Cenk Tosun, 7, got a goal. Again, trying things, trying to be more direct, getting their defenders' faces, not let them have much time on the ball. Took his goal superbly well, really, really superbly well. And Adam Olalukun, I give a 7 as well. Obviously created the goal, but you know what? I seen a bit of a different Adam Olalukun today. Better attitude, willing to run back, willing to do the dirty part of the game. Bit more patience on the ball as well. Not just trying to do things for himself. I think that was really, really key when he came on. So well done to him. There seems to be an upturn in his general approach recently. Just seeing like pictures of him and video of him at the training ground. Looks happy, got a smile on his face. That's really important that comes, because Adam Olalukman now, if Walcott's not in form, the manager will give him a chance. We've seen that from other players. If you're good enough, you'll get a chance in this team. So that's great from Adam Olalukman today. And the manager, 9 out of 10. His subs were fantastic. Last 10 minutes of the game was on a knife edge, but he went for it and he got his just rewards with all 3 subs being a part of both goals. So fantastic, delighted, made up. Over the moon. Let's do it again next Sunday by beating Man United. Check out my instant match reaction. Check out Baz's videos. Thanks for watching. We'll see you later.